Man, remember everything I said about that Washington game yesterday? Yeah, you did have a lot to say about a game you didn't really watch. Quite a bit of bad stuff, to be fair, but yeah, well, you can forget everything I said about that because we are so back.
Let's go Hawks, baby!
Blackhawks haven't been a good state for a while. And to that I say, yeah, a lot of their games this season were hard. Pieces are there. Blackhawks fans, we stay still, be patient, and everything will work out in the end.
Welcome to Blackhawks Central.
Welcome back to another Blackhawks Central game review, and we are so unequivocally back. Let's ride it. Hawks win 3-0 over the Nashville Predators in Nashville. Drew Commesso, in his second game since being called up on the second game of a back-to-back, gets the shutout. First win with a Hawk, and it being via shutout. Fun little fact about that, and I know they've mentioned this plenty of times on broadcasts. It's all over the internet. NHL's posting about it, but I'll reiterate it. First goalie in Blackhawks franchise history since Corey Crawford to have their first win be a shutout. Commesso might give us Crawford vibes. We might have slandered him a little too much for that Capitals game. I think we thought that Capitals game was less of a fluke than it actually really was. This illness bug just really took a toll and must have, because all of a sudden we get a ready and prepped Drew Commesso, and he gets a shutout. We were too harsh. Drew Commesso, we might just have to give him a little stint, a couple more games, see what we can get out of him here. And if he's rock starring this type of stuff, Drew Commesso becomes a rock star, we might just have to ride nice night in Commesso. Commesso might just take Soderblom's spot on this roster altogether. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be against shipping Soderblom to the friggin' moon at this point. Obviously, it'll be great once we get our goalies back from illness here, but what we have right now isn't too bad. He made some really, really nice stops tonight that really helped the Hawks point the ship in the right direction. So, props to Drew Commesso. He deserved the first star tonight. The Hawks don't win this game if it's not for him. 36 saves for his first shutout and first win. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. And I get it. The Preds were probably told to put on as many shots as possible. And this Hawks team, I think at this point we're kind of known for how good our shot suppression is. So obviously, it was the perfect storm for Drew Commesso to get it done. So still, props to him getting the shutout done. 3-0. I love that my team's finally getting shutouts. Third shutout on the year. 2 for Knight, 1 for Commesso. We've now shut out the Nashville Predators, the uh, New York Rangers, and one other team that's escaping me right at this current moment. Calgary. Calgary was the third team. So nice to see that we're shutting out more teams than we've been shut out. So we'll take that because we've been shut out 3 times this year, and we now got 3 shots. I mean, we're even. We're even. I'll take that. But the Hawks move up to 19, 19, and 7 with the win. I guess I'll just go goal by goal here. I guess I didn't really do that at the Caps game, but first goal of the game. Oh yeah, second point here. Connor Bedard, Olympic snub. Connor Bedard. He's now motivated. He has arrived. Like the Washington game, that was his get back in stride game. Kind of just he looked like he was the same Connor that had left this team and came back. But tonight it was he's motivated to get that 100-point season. First goal of the game, Power play gets dumped into the corner by Levshinov, who just kind of flipped it over everyone, going into the opposite corner. Bedard gets it, spins on a dime, absolutely turns that other defender inside out, gets it to the front of the net, drives the net. Defender doesn't take him. Saros commits, plays it just over the back door. Bertuzzi, who just on easy mode buries it into the back of the goal for the 1-0 lead 6 minutes into the second. And then the second goal of the game, just 11 minutes, halfway through the third, Korchinski rings it around. Bedard gets it, finds Lardis. Lardis gets a puck on his stick and releases it and absolutely snipe shows it past Saros for a Stamkos-esque type goal right there. Lardis now has 4 goals in the NHL. He's found his game. He's starting to find his scoring game. It's literally translating so easily. And just this was a sneak peek of what we get with Lardis and Bedard. They've played 2 games total together, and they've already found each other. So the NHL is now on notice officially. And then as the game was winding down, you slowly but surely realize these Hawks want the shutout for Commesso. They needed this shutout for Commesso, and we got it. 2 minutes left. The Preds, they hit a post. They're pushing to get this goal. They don't want to be on the storylines of having lost to this rookie goalie. Also, they want to come back and win. Obviously, they want to, but no. Green seals it after a nice Bertuzzi steal. Bertuzzi could have probably fired it himself, but he gives it up to Ryan Green, who scores his 4th of the year or 5th of the year, something along those lines for the empty net goal, and the Hawks officially come away with it 3-0. And these are the kind of games the Blackhawks want to come away with. Absolutely, we want to come away with these kind of games. After what was a rough loss to the Capitals, just a nice bounce back to win 3-0. We are now 6-3-1 in our last 10, which is solid, really solid. And we have Edmonton and the Calgary again up this week. So Edmonton will be in Chicago. Edmonton's just coming off a loss tonight in overtime against LA. We took Edmonton to overtime last time. PK's been cooking. Hopefully they can finally stop that Edmonton power play that's been absolutely dominating the league so far. And then Calgary's going to be looking for their revenge against us. We've embarrassed them twice now, and now they get to come to Chicago. Might be a trap game, but hopefully Chicago can handle them the way it goes. This week just will be a fun week. Also, we got Boston at the end, so we need our revenge for that opening game of the year. So look for that. But just solid game tonight. What we needed after a poor performance yesterday to come into Nashville, on my second half of the back-to-back, and just get it done. Absolute cinema. I can't lie. And I'll even give Drew Commesso props to this. I talked about the shutout, whatnot, how just a great performance it was tonight. He played last night as well. He played against Washington. So within 24 hours, he played 120 minutes. He's got that dog in him. He's got that absolute dog on the bone. So, absolute. He's going to be a bona fide stud, I believe. And if he continues developing, because he's not done his development, guy's 23. If I'm remembering that correctly off the top of my head, I will quickly just confirm. Drew Commesso, 23, born 2002. Goaltending tandem of a 25-year-old, 23-year-old who are cooking this league. League's on notice, officially. Also, having a tandem tonight with 3 combined games of experience. Like, no offense to the Bear, but just such an interesting pairing tonight with are basically our Rockford duo. Korchinski back still in the lineup over Crevier, which I mean I get it, but like I want Krebs to play, especially since he scored in his most recent game, which was against St. Louis. So it's surprising they took Crevier out of all defensemen, but I get it, I get it. But oh, and then I will touch on what I had hinted at in the Washington review, which was the trade rumors I've heard online recently. Connor Murphy, Jason Dickinson. Frank Saravalli reported today that the Blackhawks have gotten multiple calls regarding those two players. What does the return look like for them? Definitely not high. I couldn't see much of a higher return than what we just got for Brossois Allen, realistically, if not just a little bit more than that. So it'll be a mid-round pick and maybe a solid prospect here or there, maybe nothing super, unless there's some team that really needs a good shutdown defenseman or a good defensive alt forward, like a Selkie forward. But Chicago's finally making way for our prospects, and I think what it seems like the plan for next year is just to let the young guys ride it out, making room for Canceroff for next year, making room for Frondell next year, and making room for on this decor, just to let the young guys take over, which is just this is the one thing I've wanted. Let the young guys run this decor. I get why Murphy's there. I get why Grizzlick's there. Well, I mean, I get why Grizzlick's there still. His body of work this season has been pretty good. I mean, the plus minus is kind of doing it for us now. But I get why Connor Murphy's there. He's the veteran presence. He's the veteran presence on this team. He's our assistant captain. So surprisingly, the two guys at the A's are the ones getting the trade rumors. So, but yeah, just that is all I've heard. So we're making room for the young guys, which is nice to see. So we'll end it off there. Like, comment your thoughts. Subscribe if you really liked it. If you really, really, really liked it, share with all your friends. Thank you for watching, and peace out, Blackhawkers.